All right, today we're talking about balancing a checkbook. So when you have a bank account, a checking account, you want to make sure that you know exactly how much money is in that account. Now, typically nowadays people don't write checks as often, but checks are still important, and it is important to know how to balance a checkbook. So this right here is a list of transactions that happened with this bank account. And this right here is what you would use to balance a checkbook. It's called a ledger. Okay, so you'll notice you put the date in here. You put the description of what you spent the money on. If you're depositing money, that means you're putting money into your bank account. If you're withdrawing money, that means you're taking money out of your bank account. And if you're transferring money, you would be taking it out as well and transferring it to a different bank account. So I know for me, I transfer money from my paycheck from my checking account to my savings account so that I can save money on my paycheck. And then the last column here is your balance in dollars. So how much of a balance you have. Okay, so we're going to start this by saying that we're starting with an $800 balance. So we're going to put $800 in here. That's the balance that we are starting with. Okay. So if we look at these dates here, we have March 1st, March 2nd, March 15th, March 6th, March 5th, March 12th, March 25th, March 17th. So we're going to have to go in order. So obviously March 1st comes first. So in date, I'm going to put 3-1 for March 1st. Okay. It says that you're using your debit card to purchase a gaming system. So I'm going to put game system, and you can abbreviate. Okay. If I'm purchasing something with my debit card, that means the money is being taken out of my account. So withdrawing. So it's withdrawing $200.96. So the next step is to do $800 minus $200.96. So 800 minus $200.96 is going to leave us with $599.04. Okay, so we used that one. The next one we're going to do is the second. So we're going to do 3-2 is our date. It says you go grocery shopping and you write a check number 1457. So every check has a number on it, so you know which check you used. So I'm going to say grocery, and I'm going to say 1457, just so I know that it was a check. Okay, and we spent $87.53. So again, we're spending money, so we're going to withdraw that money. So the next thing we do is we do $599.04 minus our $87.53. 53. So 4 minus 3 is 1. We're going to borrow 1. It's going to be $511.51. So you always do your balance after each transaction so you know how much money you have left that you are able to spend. Okay, the next date that comes next is the 5th. So we're going to put 3-5. And we earned money babysitting. We earned $42 babysitting, and we deposited the money into our checking account. So babysitting. This time we're depositing money, so we're going to write it in the deposit column. And we're depositing $42. So we're going to take our total over here, and we're going to add $42 to it. So we're still going to have 51 cents. We're going to have $553.51. Okay. The next one, we're going to transfer $50 from our savings account into our checking account. Okay, so transfers can be adding money to depending on which way you're doing it. Okay, so for this one, we are technically going to be adding money because we're transferring it from our checkings into our savings. So we're adding it to our savings account. Okay, so on 3/6, we're going to do a transfer. And I'm going to put plus $50. So we're going to add $50 here. So it's going to be $603.51. Okay. And if you wanted to complete this, you would continue going until you completed the entire thing. So when you have a checking account, you keep track of this just like this. Okay. Now, nowadays, a lot of banks have apps where you can keep track of it. I know I check my banking app almost every day just to make sure that nobody has my debit card or nobody has my credit cards and is spending extra money that I didn't spend. And so I know how much money I have in my account. Okay. And keep track of my bills and stuff that way. So I don't necessarily keep track of it on paper like this, but I do still keep track of it through my app, and I make sure that everything has the right balances in there. So super, super important so that you always know how much money you have.